Oh yeah! Hello everybody and welcome back to the next session of Crusader Kings 2! Yes. Sorry about that, I got a bit rusty. I haven't played the game in a day or two. And it's funny because it's only been like 2 or 3 days, and I feel like I've been gone for weeks. So let's pick up right where we left off with Harald, the Great Bear of Ystad. One thing we're gonna do, first and foremost, that I've forgotten to do for a long time, is to nominate our eldest son Ravn as the successor of Skåne. Now that we've got 3 sons in total, it means these 2 guys are going to get their respective share of land once we expand and acquire more holdings, but since we only hold 1 land now, it's all gonna fall to him, and we can choose for him to be the heir since we don't have any other vassals to choose it for us. So yeah. Okay. Last time we left off, our Legion Lord, King Sigurd Snake in the Eye, went to war on this southern Slavic realm of Sorbia because he wanted to conquer Lachin. And now Harald joined him with his men. Going back to what I said earlier about how Harald strived to try to serve Sigurd more in an effort to smooth things over between them, we willingly joined in this war. We could have waited for him to have called for us, but no, we joined by our own volition. We pledged our full 1,000-man levy to his cause, and we actually managed to help him win a lot of battles in the beginning. But then he threw it all away. He decided to charge the enemy armies crossing the major river. And that is a major flaw, a major, just not the right thing to do at all, because you're hitting them with this huge disadvantage in terrain as the battle is essentially starting as your troops are still crossing the river. He can pick you off with bows and just have all the higher terrains and advantages, and that way it doesn't matter that you outnumber them because you end up losing anyway, as we actually did, even though we outnumbered him by 1,000 men at certain points. So yeah, being left to a mere 150 of the 1,000 men we pledged, Harald went back to Skåne to lick his wounds, and as soon as he's feeling up for it, we're gonna go out raiding again. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Before we start though, I would like to take the opportunity to go through the state of the realm a little bit. I'd like also to bring attention to the fact that we've been going on for exactly 10 years. This is the 10th anniversary, so to speak, of the campaign. The young 17-year-old Harald we started out with has now turned 27. Still young, still in his prime years, but time keeps ticking, and we need to make achievements. But a few interesting developments I noticed was looking at my liege's council, the Council of Sigurd, of which I am no longer part. You'll notice that besides his traditional subjects, he's also appointed these 2 Slavic dudes into the council. Steward Radoslav of Lübeck, who absolutely hates his guts, who's got 1 stewardship, that is to say, he's completely incompetent for his job, and Spy Master Zdislav, who is the chief of Rostock, who's only got a 6 intrigue, who kinda likes him, but he ain't convinced. This is quite interesting because if he's putting Slavic rulers on his council, what's happened to his native, quote-unquote, Norse subjects? If you take a look at Fredrik of Blekinge, he's mad with Sigurd for being fired from the council. Holmger of Bornholm, fired from the council. Åke of Alfheimer, fired from the council. Now, bear in mind, their opinion of him is still positive 19, which means they still approve of him as a ruler. They still hold decent enough respect for him that they wouldn't try anything stupid. But clearly, the fact that he's cleansed his council and replaced them with what he hopes will be loyalists indicates there's a rift between the Lord and his vassals. And I was looking at ways for Harald to exploit this, and there's a lot of ways you can do that. But unfortunately, we're not allowed to do so at this moment in time. You could come up with some sort of plot where you can fabricate claims and whatever else, but we can't seem to do that yet for whatever reason. Another thing you can do as a vassal to put pressure on your lord is you form these here factions. Now, what a faction is basically vassals banding together for a common cause. And if enough vassals band together for this cause, they can pressure the liege to implement certain changes, whether it is lowering the tribal organization or even outright abdicating the throne, giving it up to somebody else. What the 77% factor represents is these guys can together muster 532 men, which is 77% of Sigurd's levy. I'm gonna get back to this topic at a later time, because this is really the essence of feudalism. This is these mechanics that we're seeing in the game, these mechanisms of rulership, is really what feudalism was all about. This is what characterizes the medieval ages more than anything. But I'm not going to go through all of that now, because that would require pretty much a mini lecture, and that's going to take time away. Well, it's going to take more time away, because I only remember to start the timer now, but hey-ho, we're going to get some extra few minutes of gameplay. So yeah, let's try not to dither and dally any further, and let's just carry on with the game. So let's see how this war... I've added what to my treasury? And Vernaut. Oh no, what happened to our steward? He died of stress. Oh. Actually, it's quite fitting that he did, because that was something else I wanted to add. That I wanted to go through. Uhtred did some shit, okay. And it's the fact that this war, the way Sigurd has handled this war, has put a lot of doubt in Harald's head. Initially, he was thinking that he may have been too arrogant, that he may have pushed a bit too hard and too recklessly to carve out a realm of his own. He reasoned that he needs to be better to serve and help do things for his lord and not be perceived as somebody who only fights for themselves. But having joined with Sigurd in his war and seen his lack of military tactics firsthand, he started having second doubts on himself, Harald has. He's starting to feel deep down, maybe I was right to just stick to my own devices. I know tactics and I know strategy, and I knew right from the start he mishandled things greatly. Like, look at this war here. We were up to 81 war score at some point. We've now dropped down to a negative 7%. And there seems to be absolutely no indication that we'd ever be able to turn this around. Like, we had the enemy outnumbered and outgunned. They fled from us in terror. Now they're outnumbering us. Like, how are we ever going to get back from a setback like this? It's going to take many years now. So this is put some things into perspective for Haraldr here, as he realizes that indeed he will not reach the greatness he believes he is made for by spending the rest of his days as the servant of a liege lord. So we need to accelerate our prospects for expanding our lands. And in order to do that, we are going not just to get a new steward, but to replace our chancellor. Like, nothing against you, Hrolfr, but you're just not cutting the mustard. You do not possess the level of diplomatic skills that we deem is necessary to do what we need to do, which is fabricate claims on these lands so that we can go to war for them and be able to tell Sigurd we have a legitimate reason to have these lands. So, to achieve this, I brought up the character tab again, and I actually found a suitable candidate this time. I've marked him as an interesting candidate, so I'm going to show him to you right here. It's this guy, the Chancellor of Öland, Brynjolf Björgolfsson of the House of Turgar. He's currently working as the Chancellor for his own liege lord, Svein of Öland, but it seems they don't really see eye to eye on everything. I mean, he's got no personal qualms with him, but if you just take a look at the guy, see, he's lazy, he's wroth, he's cruel, very stubborn and lustful. He spends his day trying to sleep around with women. So, like, he's not the example ruler for an ambitious guy like Brynjolf to be working for. And if you take a look at Brynjolf, he's got the top level of education in diplomacy. He's a grey eminence, the epitome of statesmanship, having fully mastered the art of diplomacy. So, I figured we make Brynjolf an offer here. An offer for his talents to be utilized in a place and a context where there'd be much more of use. So, we're going to invite him to our court. Let's take a look at our candidates for steward here, see if we got anyone good. Funnily enough, the best one we've got is Halvdan, who made himself, or rather, who got stressed because when we appointed him spymaster, it was so different from what he'd been trained to do, which is preach. But you ain't gonna be the seer anytime soon, so you might as well hop on the council again as the steward. Congratulations, you've got a job again, and you should like us a lot for it. You're no longer stressed, so hopefully it won't be a problem. I'll send you to build legend here in Skåne, and yeah, I guess that's it. Let's take a look at our treasury to begin with. What is this? A beautiful golden ring to make wealth flood to its owner, though all know Andvari's curse draws ever closer. What? Oh wait, I know. We got this one from Sigfrid, the former chancellor who died. I actually took a look at him before, and I know he's got brothers, I think, because he was born from this here Akra family. Let's take a look at him. yeah, so he had this tool, this object in his treasury, and it's a cursed ring that takes down our health by 1 point. And I don't think we want that, so I'm gonna unequip it. I don't want Haraldr to have 1 less health. So, yeah. That's it, we're gonna continue on. Yeah, I remembered to put the timer on, so it's great. To the proud Viking Harald, may you live in harmony and contentment. I accept your gracious invitation and I will join your court forthwith. Okay, so he brought along his wife, but not his son. His son moved up to Norway. Okay then, okay. So, in order to grease the wheels a little bit, we are going to grant him an honorary title of... Well, he's not really skilled in the arts of war. But yeah, we're gonna make him the standard bearer. Think of it more as a symbolic appointment, because if you do what I need you to do, you are gonna be a standard bearer. In a way, you're gonna be the one that helps progress this hopefully amazing realm of ours. So, I'm sending... first thing I'm gonna fire you in favor of Brynjolf, and I'm gonna be sending you to fabricate a claim on Blekinge. You've got a 13% chance a year to do this. That should be a lot more in our favor. So, please crack on as quickly as possible. As we wait for our troops to replenish, we've invited people to our court, apparently, to take part in a war game in which we practice defending our lands from invading enemies. We will use wooden models to represent invading armies, and I shall have to use clever tactics to defeat my opponent. Okay, let's take a look what this means. As we assign tasks for the war game, we decide that Halvdan will defend, with me and Rikulfur be the invading forces. Yeah, you and me, Rikulfur. We should get along. We should do well, because I get the feeling that I get along with Rikulfur. He's been away looking for that artifact, sure, but I get the impression that me and Rikulfur, we see more to eye on things than we do with any other of the members in the council. Like, yeah, sure, we like we like Eilif a lot, mainly because he's the court physician, and he saves our lives and everything, but I'd say we're on more friendly terms with Rikulfur, so yeah, may the best warlord win. He's initiated a massive recruitment drive to boot. Well, there you go. That only confirms my point. Wait, we started in a new war. Hold on. At the beginning of the war game, your enemy decides to do a strong frontal assault towards your center flank. So we're gonna use all means to reinforce and strengthen the center. Stop. Wait. Speaking of war, we've just had war declared on us. The Frisian Holy War for Chemavia. And notice, what is this Frisian Holy War? What is Frisia? Look! Frisia finally turned into an independent kingdom. They broke away from Lotharingia and are now ruled by a proper Dutch lord. King Ludovine the Liberator of Frisia, of the Van Harlem dynasty, and he's now declaring a holy war, that is, a war of the Catholic faith on the lands of this here duchy. He's fighting for Uhtred's lands. Uhtred may find himself landless before too long if Sigurd doesn't muster to his defense. So yeah, that's one of the things Catholics can do to heathens. They can just invade huge swaths of land in the name of their religion. Like, Like Duke Bruno of Saxony is doing here. He's taken both of these lands from the Slavic ruler in the name of his religion. So, yeah. We'll see how they resolve that. And while they deal with the real war, we're gonna be dealing with our fake war again. The war game gets intense as you use your forces to reinforce the center, while... Oh wait, is Rikulfir our opponent? No, I thought we were teammates. Okay, Rikulfir's troops begins to pressure your flanks and they're failing fast. Halvdan suggests that we use the cavalry on the side flanks. Oh, we're with Halvdan. But you're not big on military matters. No, you got a marshal of 4. And you're a coward to boot. No, Halvdan, no, Halvdan. Listen to a real tactician here, as we, instead of sending the cavalry anywhere, we try pushing through to the center. And let's hope that does us. As we launch our attack, we manage to break the opponent's center, giving us the opportunity to subdue their split forces with ease. We stand uncontested as victors of the game. Yes! Yes! Good game indeed. Woo! That's a lesson you should take, Sigurd, in strategy. I told you, I do consider Harald. I do consider Harald to be better than Sigurd in terms of military strategy, right? It's just so obvious. As Uhtred's lands are besieged by an army of 3,200 Dutchmen. Oh, and Sigurd's army is being attacked from the river. Well, yeah, that ain't gonna go well. You see, I'm happy now that I withdrew from the war, because there's just no winning this. And hold on a minute. Hold on just a minute. That is the place we were assigned by the Wolf Warriors to raid. But it seems they're being conquered, actually, by this guy here, Rane of Västra Götaland. He's waging war to conquer the place. But, if he's conquered the place, can we still loot and pillage it? Ooh. He wants to conquer... King Vagin wants to conquer Riga. Well, good luck with that. But what am I gonna do with this here looting and pillaging situation? I guess we'll see how that development goes, but another thing I almost forgot was we've now accumulated enough renown from within our society to use one of the special perks you get for being part of a warrior lodge. We're gonna do some warrior training. We're gonna give ourselves a commander trait for free. So let's do that and see what it does. Odin would be proud of you. Oh, it's our friend Ingegerd. Yay! Queen Ingegerd tells me, wiping the sweat from her brow, reminding me that our sparring match has gone on longer than planned. Cocking her head, the woman concludes, "You're good at this, my friend." Thank you, Ingegerd. That means a lot. And we gain the fearsome trait, getting a bonus of 25% for heavy-foot troops. Yeah! That's awesome, that's awesome. Increased chance of capturing enemy commanders. And hold on a minute. Why are we not tutoring our son? We should be the guardians of Ravn here. And make it officially so. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, he's attacking across the river, and I don't see Sigurd turning this around. Despite the fact he's attacking from the river, he knows his lands better than anybody else. And whoa, what the hell's happened here? Wait, what? The lands just split off somehow. Oh, I know what's going on. Björn Järnsida is dead. Björn Järnsida has bit the dust. He died under suspicious circumstances a mere 4 days ago. What? Okay, this is quite interesting. So his first son, Erik, vanished without a trace for whatever reason. And his other 2 children were daughters, which means Skuli here. Wait, who inherited Swithjod then? Oh, okay, now I understand what's happened. He died, but he had a son, and he becomes the new heir of Swithjod, Björn II, whereas his second son is made the king of Pomerania. And since he's based in Västmanland here, Västmanland breaks out and becomes part of Pomerania, which is a bit freakish, but yeah, apparently that's the case. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but sorry, I've totally forgot what that was. What was I gonna say? Okay, we're back to 600 men, roughly. We can't go on a raid yet. What's happened? The hunt for the rumored artifact has begun to slow down, Marshal Rikulfi just informed me. He has some valuable and promising leads, but to investigate them, the search must venture into distant lands. Yeah, you asked me for this before, and you wanted me to dedicate troops, which I couldn't do. And honestly, which I can't do now either, because I need the men at home. Like, no, Rikulfi, I tried telling you, we just can't spare these resources. You're gonna have to make do with what you've got. Yeah, and he's taken his lands too, so, I'm sorry, Sigurd, but you've gone down quite tremendously in our estimation, as we noticed that he's had his first child with his new wife, little baby Tulir, born almost a year ago now. Okay, so they've... Oh, wait a second, they've approved an absolute law. They've approved max tribal organization law, with laws similar to that of feudal lords, which I honestly don't know if we are a big fan of. In that particular sense, it would make sense to form a faction to lower tribal organization here, but, well, we ain't gonna mess around with that, because that ain't gonna give us a great deal personally, as our next daughter Hafrid needs a focus. She excels in learning, so yeah, she's gonna be given a focus in faith, religion, faith, and you know, academic stuff, basically. Now, as tragic as it is to say, I think Haraldr is playing favorites a little bit with his kids. Because bear in mind, of all our 5 kids here, 4 of them were born under most suspicious circumstances. Because all the times Beata announced she was pregnant, Haraldr was all the way over here. Or over here, waging wars or pillaging lands and just doing everything except being with his wife, who was still left in Skåne, who then somehow magically managed to get pregnant anyways. And our dumbass spies couldn't find anything. Like, they just reasoned that, well, since we couldn't find anybody hanging out with her, well, then the children must be yours, despite the fact you were never there to impregnate her to begin with. And like, that doesn't make any sense. So funnily enough, the only child we know for sure is ours is little Hilde here. So we've got a special bond with her, because she's our firstborn, because we know for a fact she's ours, and because she's amazingly good at martial, being a girl and all. And of course, we're also cherishing the bond between our son Ravn, because he is the firstborn son, he is the heir to the realm and the future standard bearer of our dynasty. So we kind of have to have a special bond with him. But all the other kids, well, we love them all, of course. It's not like that, but they just don't have quite the same bond with their father as the two firstborn have. It's kind of sad, really, but well, if you cheat on your husband like that, love, that's the kind of shit you get. Where's Sigurd at? He's in Mecklenburg, taking part of this fight. In this fight, I should say. And he's now lost half the war already, being pushed back entirely. Oh, right. He wants my help as a commander to turn things around, don't he? No, Sigurd. I'm sorry. You wouldn't grant me land. I ain't gonna be your commander. You should have managed the war differently to begin with. As King Ludovine here is winning his war by 30%. Right, how many men? Ooh! A most impressive woman has recently arrived at your court. Apparently, the reason for her visit has been to arrange a trade agreement with the local merchants. While people did not think much of her at first, now you've heard many courtiers praising her savvy business sense. Perhaps you should make her an offer. Let's take a look at this woman. Ulfhildur of Lund. Ooh. She's quite the character. Not very beautiful and a bit on the old side, but a very competent steward, clearly. She is a gardener, she's diligent, but she is envious and wroth. But I guess we can overlook those parts if she does a good enough job, so, yeah. I'm sorry, Haraldr, but we're gonna fire you again. You're just not cut for the chase. Sorry. So we're gonna take her off command, have our first woman counselor, and have her build a legend. So yeah, we're looking at quite a competent council right here. She owes me a favor. Oh, yeah, that's nice, that's nice. See, this is another thing you can tinker with politically when the time is right to do so. It's just a shame we can't do it yet, because technically we're not a feudal lord, and we're still just a chief. We're gonna have a lot more use of this kind of stuff when we become a duke. King Sigurd is already very fond of me. Perhaps I should focus my time and resources to sway somebody else. You know what? I don't think he's fond of us enough yet, but I'm inclined to agree. There's like... It's not gonna serve us much purpose anymore trying to be friends with him, because we're gonna accelerate our efforts to try and conquer his lands. Okay, so they won their war. Rane lost an eye, so he's the head of this country. So I guess now that they've got a levy of... Now that they've got a levy of 22 guys, we might as well seize the opportunity to loot and pillage the lands now, but... Oh shit! Oh shit, the Dutch army's at the capital! Oh hell! Hold on a second. Sigurd has returned from a raid in foreign lands. Sigurd Øysteinsson here. My fellow member of the Wolf Warriors is showing off the bounty brought back when I let out a sigh, causing him to pause. You know, you always seem so content with what you have, Harald, he says. I could help you hone your ambition. Oh yes, this is good. And you know, it kind of makes sense, because we've been playing for 11 years now, and we're still a mere chief. Like, we have dreams and we have ambitions, but we're so tactical and we're so formal and polite. We've thought about appealing to Sigurd that that from the viewpoint of other fellow Vikings, it just seems like we're not ambitious enough. So you know what, Harald? You're gonna take this lesson to heart and strive to become more ambitious, please. Oh wait, did he get it? Ah shit, he didn't get it. Sigurd and I spent several days coped in a dusty old library. Apparently it was supposed to inspire me, whatever that means. I'm sorry to say it had the opposite effect. Perhaps we're not that alike after all, the man sighs in disappointment. No! No, 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 I don't want to be content! Oh, for fuck's sakes, no! No! Ugh. We're gonna lose prestige over this. No, Harald! Content is the worst trait you can get. You are not happy with your lot in life. You are not happy with your lot in life. You want to expand. You want to... Oh, this is the worst trait you could get for somebody like me who wants to expand our holdings. I'm hoping we can get this away at some point, because maybe it's his childhood messing him up again. Like, one side of him wants to be proud, but the other side wants to be meek and humble, and like... Damn it! The dead spirit of his family is getting the best of him, even from beyond the grave. That's really sad to see. Is this affecting our chance to fabricate? No, it's not affecting that, at least. Oh, what the hell is this? He's turning the war around. He controls Lachin, but he seems to have won a couple of key battles, too. Okay, Sigurd, fine, fine. We'll join in as a commander. Now that you seem to have a better handle of things. So Harald has been made commander, and we'll wait to be stationed into doing things. And yeah, we're leading this here army. We're fighting in Mecklenburg as the head of our own phalanx or flank or whatever you want to call it. And now we're completely smashing them. Wow. Okay, maybe... Oh, and we even captured the dude. Oh! Oh, man. I gotta admit, I did not believe so, but clearly there was a method to Sigurd's madness here. Even as he lost his capital to the Dutch, it seems there was method to his madness. He had a plan all along. He's borderline between a lunatic and a flippin' genius. Well, all we can do is congratulate him on his success, really. Okay, so a war camp's been built in Skåne. Can we build anything else? We can build a... Let's build a practice range. Why don't we? Yeah. We've only got 78 prestige to trade with now, but oh, look at this. 1,500 guys. That's gonna be absolutely fantastic for us. We're gonna go back and smash them. The Själander conquest of Lachin has ended. King Sigurd of Själand has won. Like, wow. I bow down in awe, my lord. Forgive me for underestimating you. I'm genuinely sorry. Like, wow. So we renamed this place Verben, And, well, inspired by his bravery, we turn back to the capital to strike back at the Dutch and hopefully try to take those lands back. What's our relationship with Sigurd? It's 83. Fuck it, we're gonna ask for land again. I mean, I still think we've earned it. Okay, so he's going to liberate Uhtred's county. I don't like it that we're content. I really, really do not like that. Scandalous counselor? Oh, you mean the fact we've appointed this woman here? Oh, shut up. Scandalous. You're scandalous here. Okay, so they're charging straight at us. And we're doing battle once again in the lands of Ostfriesland. And there we go, the Battle of Ostfriesland. This campaign's been easy pickings. Swinging my spear over the plains is a pleasure, and my fellow soldiers are equally jovial, surrounded by the blood of our Dutch enemies and the cries of battle. Look! Enemy Commander Mayor Otwin is hiding, someone suddenly shouts. Yep, you know the drill, let's take him out. I was chasing Mayor Otwin over the plains when King Sigurd shoved me aside. I'll take this one, my lord. Oh! Really? Ah, shit. Guess he wanted the spoils for himself. And that is what happened to the peasant leader. He locked him in the dungeons and he just died of his own accord. But he didn't kill the guy he dueled, apparently. Okay, and a child lacks an education focus. Little Hallgrim here. Seeing as we raised Ravn to with a struggle focus, we're gonna raise Hallgrim with a pride focus, tutor him by counselors and noblemen, and grooming him for rulership. In fact, I think we're gonna put him under the tutelage of our new chancellor here, because I think he's the closest to a statement, a stateman that we've got. I'm gonna put, who was it? Hallgrim. Yeah, Hallgrim under his tutelage. That's it. And it makes us like him more. It makes him like us more, which is great. So, okay. When this war is over, can we ask for land? There we go. For once. Okay, this must be some time afterward. He's coming home for a break or something. But for once, our wife is pregnant, and it's a legitimate pregnancy, so to speak. It's a pregnancy where we know that it's actually been us that's slept with our wife. Okay, so we're having some troubles with this here siege. We'll ask him for lands a bit later. Don't you dare take Skåne. These Dutchmen are really fighting us here. Both in the field and the siege. But we've reclaimed the lands and we're going in to lay siege to the enemy lands now. Well, he is content, so I'm guessing personal ambitions is going to have to take a back seat for the time being. Which is really sad. I did not imagine a great bear as being someone that's content. I'm guessing that just makes him like us more as we've gone a bit older. Ooh. After the Battle of Tasterband, it's been my duty to inform. Really, we're having a poor conscience over this farmer guy we killed over here? It's been my duty to inform the families of fallen soldiers of their fate. At night, I still see the hatred burning in the eyes of a teenage daughter. I know it's not my fault, but I have destroyed their lives. No, we're not gonna kill ourselves. Some people are always gonna want me dead. Enough of these feelings. Yeah, I'll go out hunting with my brethren just to take my mind of things. That's perfect. We'll do that. So yeah, we're turning this war around quickly. We were down to negative 70%. Wait, did I do it properly? Oh yes, I did. And now he's just completely and utterly swung things around. Yeah, and now he loves me to the max. 100 positive opinion, which is great. Come on, he should absolutely... Oh, he gave a land to that guy. Holmger of Weben. Oh, we have another son. Another son has been born to Harald the Great Bear and Beata of Skåne, whom we are going to name... Ming. Yeah. Sticking with our custom of naming children with H. Let's take a quick look at our dynasty. There you go. Here's Harald and his 6 children. Hilde, Ravn, Hafrid, Hallgrim, Holmgrim, och Heming. But honestly, given his rather content disposition, it doesn't seem like the Great Bear is going to achieve a great deal. And he had such potential, the guy. Hopefully it's just... Oh, who's this? A new commander? Let's teach him to lead in flat terrain. Actually, now that we've got him, I have no idea where you came from, but we're going to make you a commander. Or he is a commander already. What? I didn't appoint him. Anyways, what I was trying to say in the middle of everything is... Hopefully it's all just a charade. Maybe he's just allowing Sigurd to believe he is content. Just to have a better shot at... The Battle of Lawland. I am one with the wolf. I find myself chanting with each swing of my spear. For Skåne! I roar my weapon, piercing the soul out of any who dare step in my way. Bodies and blood film the farmlands, and I keep bellowing my battle cry, awash in a river of extinguished lives. Oh, that's great! We lose the stress trait. We have learned to be more calm. Calm and collected, with a fighting skill of 79. Our ongoing struggle outside of Själland tribe has brought out the best of our military strategies. Ooh, Mr. One-Eye here, Rana of Lund. One of them is a Norse veteran with a penchant for innovation. He suggests that he'd retire from the battlefront and return to Skåne to continue his work safe from flying arrows. Oh, but he wasn't much to brag about. He's a misguided warrior and he hasn't even got 10 martial. 45 gold for this dipshit? No thanks, no thanks. We could put that money into much better use, as we've almost won this here war. Like, wow, Sigurd, you were absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, I tell you. Are you a double duke? Yeah, you're a double duke. You got Mecklenburg under your wings too. As the war for Ostfriesland is now to be won. Woohoo! Okay, now that the war's properly finished, we are going to ask him for a title. Flattery, flattery, flattery. Guess he still doesn't believe that we're content. Let's look at the rest of the world real quick. Ooh, Arnulf of Bavaria has taken over after the death of his father, Karlman. He's waging a war on Lotharingia for Burgundy. I think we went over that last time. Bavaria is waging war on Burgundy. Is waging war on Aquitaine for Burgundy, whereas Italy is launching a war. against the Byzantine Empire, which they are winning, because they want this land. And they're fueling their war with Aquitaine's money, emptying their coffers instead of their own. Which is really smart. Okay, how's the king doing here? How's the French West Frankian king doing here? Seem to be doing alright, I guess. Look at this Irish kingdom here. Moo moo. Maybe he can unite Ireland under one ruler, as the practice range has been built. Uhtred done some fun stuff. Okay, the House Karl training grounds. That's all we can build. And we seem to have replenished most of our troops, so we can go and do some bit. We can go do some more looting and raiding next time, but I think we're gonna start calling a close to the session right here. It's not been quite as eventful as the previous sessions, but a little bit of storytelling has been going on anyways. King Sigurd has ordered the construction of a great monument to worship the old gods and garner their favor. This magnificent shrine has been erected in Sjælland, where many shamans, fortune tellers and petitioners have already started to gather, hoping to receive a divine vision. The old god still protects us. Okay, we'll keep playing till the end of this year, as Rikulfur is known as the Affable for whatever reason. And then we're gonna close it there. We're still gonna go and loot this place though, as they've got only 22 troops to their name. So... Oh, and our wife is pregnant again! Wow! She's pumping out those babies big style! At the very least, we're setting up the stage for a glorious dynasty. If we can't achieve that in terms of lands, at least we've got a huge family to our name. So, yeah. I think we're gonna end it here for now. We'll start in earnest with some more looting and pillaging in the next session. How are we doing here? I don't think we can give ourselves further war training. And yeah, we'll see what happens next time we unlaunch the game. So thank you all for joining me once again today. I hope you'll join me again next time as we continue with both the eventful and less eventful adventures of Harald the Great Bear, the satisfied bear, if we are to believe the traits he's just been given. But anyways, hope you all have a fine day, evening and night, wherever in the world you are. And I'll see you again next time.